over the years as a rabbi, one of the most common things people would ask me was, Rabbi, can you please say a prayer for me? And of course, whenever anybody asked me to pray for them, I'm happy to pray for them, but I would always be worrying, why are they asking me to say the prayer? Are they thinking that somehow I have the right words and I can get my prayer through to God, but they might not have the right words? And so some time ago, somebody asked me to say a prayer for him. A man asked me, and I said, okay, I'd be happy to, but tell me, what is it you want me to say to God? And what do you think happened? The most gorgeous, eloquent, articulate, heartfelt prayer came out of the mouth of the very person who'd been asking me to pray for him. And Talking to God is a book of prayers that I wrote. And how did I start writing prayers? Very simple. I got pregnant. And there I was pregnant. And there was so much I wanted to say to God. I wanted to give thanks. I wanted to pray for this new life growing inside of me. I wanted to kvetch about morning sickness and vomiting. And I had so much I wanted to say. But I realized you could open the Siddur all day long and you wouldn't find a single prayer there for a pregnant woman. And so I, out of necessity, started to write prayers to God. And once I started to write them, I started to write them every day. And I never stopped. I never stopped writing. And it completely transformed my relationship with God, which I felt was already a pretty good relationship. But having the opportunity to talk to God from my heart changed my relationship with God. And I often use the metaphor when I talk about personal prayer. I say, look, you know what? Think of it as a home, a house. What do you need? You need a roof, you need a foundation, you need walls to keep you safe from the heat, from the cold. You need all those things, right? But if you never put down a rug, if you never hang a painting, if you don't bring in a sofa, well, it's not a home. It's just a house. It's a structure. And that's where I see the connection between traditional prayer and personal prayer. Yes, we need those structures that were always there and that, God willing, will be there long after we're gone. But then we need to add our voice to it. We need to lay down those pieces of furniture that will say, this is mine, I own this. So actually, when I wrote the book, To Begin Again, my first book, I ended every chapter with a prayer to God for myself, that I prayed that I had written this chapter correctly. But I never imagined that it would go into the book. I thought it was just for me. So when I gave the book to my editor, I said, and all those little prayers at the end of each chapter, just delete those. Those were just for me. And he said to me, Naomi, I'm not deleting them. Those belong in the book. And I said, no, it's my book, isn't it? I'm taking them out. He said, no, trust me. I'm your editor. Those stay in. And I'd say that when the book was published, I was so amazed by the response to those prayers. People would say that they were Xeroxing them and putting them on the bathroom mirror and putting them on the fridge and what those prayers meant to them. So talking to God really grew out of my own prayer life, and it's a book of prayers for all sorts of occasions in life. Daily prayers, prayers for facing difficult times, prayers for parents in parenting their children, prayers for love, prayers for couples, prayers about aging, prayers about death and grieving. It's all in there.